Hello. Hi, Kat. Oh, you had your baby. How did it all go? Can you hear me okay? Hi. And hi, Maria. I hope you can hear me all right. I've done this little frame here because I thought we could do some reading sprints later after we talk about the book club. Because we have quite a lot of book club keeping up to do, actually. I'll just wait a second to see if anybody else is joining in. Yeah, Kat, tell us about the baby. I can't remember if you said if it was a boy or a girl, but I'm counting your baby as the... Hi, Andrea, how are you? I'm counting your newborn as the youngest member of our book club. Because, of course, they are reading all of the books along with us. Also, has anybody started this month's book club book? Because that's what I'm planning to start when we do some reading sprints in a minute. That's going to be my plan. Andrea, how are you doing with the book club books? You always keep up to date. You're always pretty good at keeping up to date. So I think we have 2 books that I haven't done a live for recently. So that's Jamila for Kyrgyzstan. I forgot to look up how you say that country name. Hi, Chris. My massive pile of books is not going well, but it's actually going better than I thought it was going to be going. I did manage to finish Wolf Hall. All the Patreons will know this because I've been posting vlogs over there. And I'm actually 25% through the Luminaires, which is the other one that is just absolutely massive. And I just started The Shadow of the Gods by John Gwynne. And I'm 10% through that one now. I've done a little bit of work on that one. So I'm definitely not going to finish on my TBR this month, but I've actually been reading a lot more than I thought. And I think it's because I just told myself to give myself the most difficult TBR ever. And I was like, well, I just have to do it, I have to do it. So I've been reading so much. And today this morning finished Beloved by Toni Morrison, my second ever book that I've read by her. My God, that was intense. Super, super intense. I really, really enjoyed it. It was really good. But, well, enjoy is a difficult to say about Beloved, or any Toni Morrison book, actually. But it was good. And I finished it. So that's the important thing. Oh, I'm so glad the baby's good. That's amazing. Okay, good progress so far on this month's book, guys. Better than me because I haven't started it yet. I keep telling myself I'm going to start it, but I keep being like, well, I'm a bit through this book. I may as well just finish that first. I'm a bit through this one. Let me just finish that first. But because I finished Beloved this morning, this one's next. So I'm going to be doing... Well, I'm literally going to start it on this live. I was hoping that some people might be in the mood for some reading sprints, because I feel like if you want to join this live and sit with me for a chat, then you've got time to do a bit of a 20-minute reading sprint, I think. You're 20% into Master Margarita. Okay, what's your current feeling and vibes for it? Andrea, the first 2 chapters made me question my ability to understand what I'm reading. I was just confused. But now I'm into this story. I made it to chapter 5. Okay, nice. How long are these chapters, actually? That's a good thing to know. They look pretty long. Oh, yeah, chapter 5 is pretty far in. Okay, so I'll just prepare myself to be confused for the first good while, maybe. But that's fine. I don't mind being confused. I feel like even from the back, this one is very confused because it's the devil who arrives in even too confused to write anything in Fable. Just doing confused faces. I like being confused and then writing it all in Fable to be like, guys, figure this out with me. What the hell's going on? So you will see my comments coming up very soon about this book. But let's talk a little bit about previous month's book. Who managed to read Jamila? Jamila? I hope a few of us did manage to, because it was one of the shorter ones, which is really nice. And it was a love story. And normally we read such tragic and sad books, which is good. I think it's just part of doing round the world reading is you're often reading about the really tragic things that happen in the country. So you're either reading about a civil war or any other kind of war, or just colonization, or big awful events that have happened in the country. And so a lot of the books are really sad and very tragic. So it was nice to actually read something that was just like a love story. And it was very poetically written. I thought it was really beautiful. And I think most people really enjoyed it as well on the book club. Let's have a look at people's ratings now, because I can go back and see previous books. And now we kind of like Fable. I don't know if you guys can see this, but on my Fable, I can see average rating, like to see how people have kind of thought about it or rated it. So maybe let's have a look at that. Yeah, it looks like everyone really enjoyed it. 4 stars, 5 stars, 3 stars, 3 stars, 3.5, 3.25, 4 stars, 3 stars. What did I rate it? I think I rated it. Did I even rate it on here? I must have. Oh my god, I didn't. I swear I did. Well, I would give it, I think, a 3.75 stars. That's my rating of Jamila, which I should have had as a physical book, but I don't have that to show you. But I'll remind you of the cover maybe on here. Or can I even? No. It was definitely one of the more popular ones that we've done, in terms of people actually finishing it, but we had less discussion going on during the actual reading of it. Yeah, I think, Andrea, that's because there wasn't that much plot. So it's kind of from the perspective of this younger boy, and he really admires, I think it's his brother's wife, right? Jamila, who's like this very beautiful and very charming woman. And they go on these trips. They're kind of just doing work. And they talk to this like older man who's like very broken, and they're kind of making fun of him. And then he like sings this beautiful song. And as part of this singing, it like really opens up their eyes to like them, and they just see him in a complete different way because of this really beautiful voice that he has. And it kind of sparks off this little, well, we talk about spoilers usually in this, but yeah, it kind of starts off this romance, which leads to, I guess, a bit of tragedy, but also it's quite beautiful. And I just quite liked the way it was written. It was written very easily, very calm, very sweet, I thought. And yes, it was Danny R, who was the singer. I can't remember if we're even told who the main character actually is. He's just kind of this younger boy. I'm going to crack into my gold cola. Oh, haven't break a nail. Caffeine free, so I don't stay up all night. Delicious. Not as good as Coke Zero though. I swear I read every word of this book and it vanished from my brain. Yeah, that's, to be fair, I think because it was such a short book, you probably read it in like a couple of sittings, and you read it last month, so it's it might not have just not stuck with you, and that's absolutely fine. One thing about this one though, I bet it will stick with us whether we like it or dislike it, because this is just one of those books that's really like so talked about. I really like the cover of these kind of three figures overlapped and the cat. So it's got a talking cat in it, right? Kind of love that. To be honest, when we were all voting for the book club book for this month, I remember there was so many times where it was just like a tie. And I usually, if there's a tie and it doesn't look like everything is going to be broken, I just break the tie myself, because I usually don't mind which book we're going to do. And I just refused to do it this time. I just really didn't want to break the tie because I didn't want to read this book. And that feels crazy now because now I'm quite excited to read it. But I was like, I really don't want to read this one. I want to read The Day of the Orphan Chick or something. What was it called? The one we were doing. The Day of the Oprichnik, which sounded insane to me. Someone recommended it in the book club. And I was like, that just sounds like up my street. And also, to be honest, this one is a longer and chunkier one. But usually when I do that and I avoid books because I'm scared of them, they end up being some of the best reads ever. So, oh, it's your favorite book. Wait, that's how you and your husband met? That's amazing. I would love to know that story if you want to share. Because books bringing people together, isn't that? There's nothing better, surely. That's really cute. So yeah, we read Jamila last month. My rating 3.75. Enjoyed it, but also I probably would have rated it higher at the time, and have since, because I've forgotten quite a lot of it. Kind of rounded it down to 3.75. And then the month before that, the book that we did was the kind of crime and mystery one, which I thought had a lot of promise, and I was quite excited about it. Oh wait, we haven't talked about 3 different books actually, because we didn't talk about September either. So in October we did Who Killed Panamino Molero, and this one was just really disappointing, I thought, because it was really set up in such a fun way as this mystery. There were so many different things going on. Everyone was lying. And like there were secrets and you're trying to figure it out. And I was like genuinely really engaged. And also the writing itself was super, super engaging. It was really like these characters were really vivid. They came to life, like, you know, this detective duo. And the town itself was super realistic. I felt like I was really there. Yeah, you remember this one and now you're mad again. But it ended up being so disappointing because it was just like, oh yeah, it's exactly what you thought had happened. And then also like it was kind of this like bordering on too graphic and weird. The in the Palomino one, cat, is that the one you mean? Because me too. And yeah, then it was just like, you know, the subplot of the detective who like was in love with this woman. And I was like, oh, how is this gonna play out? And it was like bordering on like the line of too gross. And I could understand why people were being like, okay, this is just too much, because he was like really very lecherous. But then I was just like, the way that concluded as well, I was like, what am I supposed to be learning from this? What am I supposed to be learning from this situation of this man who then can't handle it when she's like being a sexual woman, even though he was like so overly lecherous with her? Yeah, that one was disappointing. And also I think because the author had been really hyped up as well as like, you know, it was Peru, wasn't it? One of the most like, you know, well-regarded Peruvian authors. I did just think that was a bit disappointing, but I think maybe we read the wrong book. Like lots of people were saying that they've read other ones from him and it was better. So yeah. And then just the ending was so random. It was absolutely wild. I can't remember what I rated that one in the end. I'm just going to check. Let's see how everybody thought of it. Actually, this one was pretty popular for people finishing it. We did have a few 5 stars. People liked how kind of wild and crazy it was. But most people were in the middle. 3 stars. Some people were doing 4 stars. Oh, yeah, Nobel Prize winner. That's crazy. Because you win the Nobel Prize for your whole body of work, don't you? I wonder how many books he's done. Must be a lot. But yeah, not ideal. I think maybe it's the case of someone who doesn't normally write fiction. Not fiction, obviously. Mystery, thriller, crime stuff. Jumping into that genre and then it being like you kind of need to have someone who really knows what they're doing in that to like be able to hit those beats correctly. And it just felt like it was like the writing was really good, but the pacing and like a lot of the way that the mystery played out was just not great. But let's also briefly talk about the book that we did for September because we're playing catch up in this live. I really loved it, and actually, I think I went and bought it afterwards. Did I? Is it behind me? I saw it in a shop, and I was really, really close to buying it. And I don't know if I actually did. My shelf. Yes, I did. I did get it. Wow, it's actually just here. This is the book we did for September. What were people's thoughts on this one? I've actually already recommended this to a few people. So that means obviously that I loved it if I'm recommending it out to people. So this one was the one we did for September called 3 Summers. And it was really nice to do at the end of September as well because it was like just using up that last bit of summer heat. And it was about the 3 sisters growing up in Greece. This was our Greek book, if anyone who didn't manage to get to this one. And this one I would highly recommend if you are looking back on the ones that we've done for the year. And I will soon post. I'm actually going to write a little post-it note to remind myself. I'll post like a book club yearly wrap up, and everybody can see how many they ended up reading. Because also last year I did a prize for anyone who managed to read all of the book club books, and I want to do that again. I want to do a little prize and send someone a gift if they managed to read every single book club book. Because guess what? I don't think I even did that. I think there's one that I missed out on accidentally. And I'm actually going to check what that is now. But in the comments, please tell me your reviews and what your thoughts were on this one, 3 Summers. And actually, if you read all 3 of the 3 last books, give me a ranking. Because I'd love to know that as well. I love anything ranked. What was I looking at? Oh yeah, I was looking at which ones I didn't read for this year. Wait, I've read all of these. No, I didn't read Sleepwalking Land in April, and I still feel guilty about it, you know. Still feel guilty. That was the Mozambique one, I believe. And it just completely like managed to slip by me. And I didn't read it. Let's see what people thought of it. Really mixed. Like some people giving it 2 stars, some people giving it 4. So I don't know if I'm going to go back and try that one. Although I probably will have to because that's one of the only... this author has a few different books, but this author will be one of the only ones that I'll be able to do for Mozambique. But anyway, let's talk again a little bit about 3 Summers. Oh, really? Don't read it? Not this one, obviously. I'm assuming you're talking about Sleepwalking Land. Your worst one for the book club. Oh no. Maybe I subconsciously knew. Maybe I just like picked up the brainwaves from you guys and was just like, no, I can't do it. That's crazy. That's so funny. Also, not that many people actually did manage to finish that one. What would be my worst book club book? So your order, Andrea, was Jamila. Oh, really? Mine's not the opposite. Mine would go 3 Summers at the top, then Jamila, then Who Killed Palomino. That would be my order. Let's like look at the book club list and see from January which one would be my least favorite. Okay, so in January we started with A Grain of Wheat. I liked that one. To be honest, I can't remember much of it now, but it was good. It was definitely like, it was literary. It was trying to do something. Then we had Chess Story, which I really, really enjoyed. That one was in February. That one was like a 5-star read from me. Really enjoyed that one. And then we had Shadow of the Banyan, and I hated that one, if you remember. And I was like really in the minority. Lots of people loved that one, and I really hated it. Then we had Sleepwalking Land, which I didn't read. Then we had Ali and Nino, which I did actually enjoy. But took a while to get into, but that one was good. And that one was so, like, it was such a unique book because I just don't think anything would have given me the same thing. And like, it's the type of reason why I do this book club, is to read books like that about like a time and a historical place that I just wouldn't know anything about. So I did enjoy that one. Then we had I'm an Old Commie for Romania, which I really liked, actually. That one was really funny, and it was nice to have something that was, well, it wasn't really funny. It was also kind of very tragic as well, but it had a really interesting character, and there was humor to it. So I did really enjoy that one. And then The Memory of Love, which was a tough read, but I thought it was written really beautifully. Then we have Cry the Beloved Country for South Africa. That one was also tough, but a good read. I did enjoy that one, and I'm glad that I've read it. And then we had 3 Summers, which I really enjoyed. Who Killed Palomino Molero? Very disappointing in the end. And then Jamila, which I liked, but is fading fast from my memory. And then we have this month, the last one, December, which I'm definitely going to finish before the end of the year, but we'll see where it's going to rank. And I want to do my full ranking. I need to kind of sit here and think about it, though, and decide what it would be. I think I'd love to see some more comments on your reviews on not just the last 3 books. Also, if you've started reading this one, just tell me your thoughts on anything. Just chat away, because I love hearing from you guys. But in a couple of minutes, we'll start by doing a reading sprint. I'm just going to do a 20-minute one, or maybe should we do 15? Wait, how do people normally do reading sprints? How long should I do the reading sprint for? And then, because I want a 5-minute break, and then maybe do another one. So maybe we do 15 minutes, 5-minute break, 15 minutes. What do we think? Or should I just do one reading sprint and then we come together at the end and yap about it? Because I want to keep accountable, see how many pages I can actually get done in a short amount of time. Because I always overinflate it. I'm like, yeah, I can read 100 pages an hour. Like, no, you can't. If you actually sit down and do it, you can't do that. Oh, you couldn't find that one. That's a shame. And you like Jamila better than 3 Summers as well. Yeah, I think I'm in the minority with liking 3 Summers. Maybe it's because I have so many sisters. I do like a sister book. I have 3 sisters. So I love a sister book. And I love a dysfunctional sister book as well, when there's crazy sisters and everyone's very different. So that's really why I love that one so much. You love Chess as well. I absolutely love that one. Oh, wow. What was the difference between it in Swedish and English? Have you ever done that before? Oh, I would love to be able to read in 2 languages. That's just so amazing. I bet you just really pick up so many different things reading in 2 different languages. Oh, yeah, you should read Jamila. I think everyone really enjoyed that one. Yeah, moms and you don't get along, maybe that's why. Yeah, that makes sense. I love any sibling kind of book because I'm one of 5 because I have a brother as well. As you'll know if you watch my vlogs, I have a brother and 3 sisters. So it's insane in my family. Christmas is really fun. Usually one of my sisters is knocking about in the chat, but I actually forgot to tell them that I was doing this live. So normally one of them's in here, not really listening to me, but just commenting away. All right, let's do a reading sprint. Nobody commented on me on my idea about how long we should do it for. So I'm just gonna make the executive decision that we're gonna read for 17 minutes. Which by the time I finish talking, that would take us up to wait, no, not 17 minutes. How many minutes should we do? I can't do maths. I want to end on a round number or at least a 5. No, I think that's fine. Yeah, should we just do 20 minutes? Because otherwise I can't do it. Yeah, 17 is just me randomly coming up with a number. No, because if we did 17, then it would end up being right, it would be I can't do maths, guys. It would be you know, I'm like frantically looking at the chat waiting for someone to tell me the answer. Anyway, I'm just going to write down. We will come back together at. Thank you so much, Andrea. Yeah, it would be 45 minutes past, which I think is great. Let's do that. Let's do 17 minutes. So I'm going to do my time zone, but you know, you all know what time zone you're in. 45 minutes past is when we're coming back. Oh, it's too far away to see. Hold on. Let's get cozy. This is for anyone who joins who doesn't know what the hell's going on. Can you see that? Let's get reading. I've already missed 1 minute. Okay, guys. See you at this time. See you soon. Okay, I'm skipping the introduction. Because it's going to spoil the whole thing. Okay, we did it, guys. We succeeded. And actually, most of you are still here, so I'm pretty pleased with that. My goodness, I was reading so slowly though. I've never really read like that on camera before. And it's quite unnatural, I have to say. I actually just managed to read exactly the first chapter. So I got up to page 16, which isn't bad because I read the first page over about 4 or 5 times. I was like, what the hell? What a way to introduce 2 characters. It was very nonsensical. And then the conversation they were having was also very confusing. Also, just like this sentence, there's 2 different people, and one guy is called Berlioz, and then his full name is Mikhail Androdovich. And there's a sentence that says, Berlioz's high tenor resounded along the empty avenue as Mikhail Androvich picked his way around the sort of historical pitfalls, blah, 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 blah. That's the same character. You're just naming them twice. That's why I had to go back and check first page. I was like, what are you talking about? But very intriguing beginning. Obviously, I've read the blurb, so I know that this main character that's been introduced is the devil, I think. That's my suspicion based on what he's talking about anyway. But I'm definitely intrigued. Also, it definitely was a short first chapter titled Never Talk to Strangers, which makes sense after I've read it. But already I read like the first paragraph of the next chapter as well, and I'm already confused about what's going on. How far did everybody else read? Did anybody else read, or did you just sit there and watch me read? I bet someone did some reading. Tell me how many pages you read. I'm up to page 16, but I actually started on page 4, so I read 12 pages. Not too bad. Not too bad. Also, while you're here, does everyone mind liking the video? Just really quickly. Thank you so much. You read the second chapter twice and still didn't understand it. I'm nervous about the second chapter because the first chapter ends with the first sentence of the second chapter. So it's obviously the devil is telling this story. But I read the first paragraph and I have no idea what it's talking about. I might have to Google, like, this is the type of thing when they're referring things and I'm like, this could be historical or this could be complete fantasy. Do you know what I mean? Oh, nice. You got to chapter 6. I like, you know, when they're talking about like Immanuel Kant, and his proofs of God not existing or not. I thought like that was really interesting, but then I was like, did he actually do that? Like, I don't know. I'm going to Google it. Kant proving God. Oh, the first thing is talking about this book. Okay. Okay, that's deep. That's deep lore and knowledge about philosophy, but it is real. Oh my god, this is gonna be a head scratcher. It's gonna be a head scratcher. Should we do another sprint? Should we do a quick 15-minute sprint? Then we come back together for just 5 minutes, and then we call it a day. What do we think? Remember to like the video. Well, I'll take this down now. We could just start in 1 minute and read up until 10 past. What do we think? Will anyone do that with me? I kind of just want to get a little bit further into this book so that I know what is happening. I'm going to make another note. Read until, what time would it be? 10 past. Can you actually see that? Hi, Jim. There we go. You can see my cute candle now. It's the shape of an acorn. Yay! Thanks for joining. Okay, get to reading, guys. Get to reading. We only have 15 minutes. Remember to like the video. You're making me feel jealous, Andrea, about being already at chapter 6 and knowing what's going on, because I have no idea what's going on in this book. So let's see. I already know now that this chapter is going to be confusing. How many pages is it? Oh, God. It's a longer one. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. It's a real long one. All right. Let's crack on. Let's do 15 minutes. Let's focus, get the brain going. All right. Okay, we did it, guys. And the light turned off. Let's see if I can turn it back on again. Yeah, we can. How do we do? Oh no, your internet's messing up. Sorry, Chris. I didn't see that before. I hope you managed to join for a bit. Are you talking about this book, Assaman? Because I was literally just about to talk about how I need to read a lot of background about this one. I got to page 34, which I'm pretty happy with actually. But my conclusion is I need to read the New Testament. I don't need to, but I need to know what I'm reading. My interpretation is obviously that this is the story of Jesus, and Yeshua is Jesus himself. And there's some other characters like Mark and Judas and that kind of thing, but this is like the historically accurate New Testament. But I can't remember what happens in the New Testament because I have not known that ever. So I need to just like make sure I know what's happening. But yeah, I got to the point where they've just decided that he has to die. It's interesting so far, though. It is complicated. It's a tricky read. We're about 8 pages left of that chapter, so I don't know how it's going to end. But yeah, it's weird. It's a weird book all over. I'm intrigued though. Yes, New Testament and the USSR. Yeah. I definitely need to. I'm going to try and read it first and then only look up stuff when I'm really confused. Especially with dates and things like that, or like because I think it's got some kind of supernatural elements to it. I want to make sure like to differentiate the historical from the supernatural. So I think I'm going to try and read it until I get very confused about what's going on. But first, just trying to read it how it's actually written. But definitely intriguing. I actually read that second chapter faster than I thought I would. I think because it's a lot of dialogue between him and Pilate, the procurator Pontius. But yeah, I think it's intriguing. But then obviously it's like about Jesus. But then I thought maybe he was the devil because the Jesus character Yeshua was doing some kind of mind reading type thing as well. So I was like, oh, that, and it just like the way he started talking to the Pontius reminded me of how the devil was talking to the two people in the first chapter. So I was like, wait, is he telling this story because it was actually him the whole time, or was he the person who was the tax collector who was writing down the story? Because Yeshua was very like upset that he was writing it down all wrong. But then why would the devil be the one writing down Jesus' story? Do you know what I mean? I just think it's interesting. Lots to think about. I'll definitely finish this chapter later tonight and see how we do. It's going to be a constant reread. Yeah. I had to reread many sentences over and over again. But I'm glad that I could sit here and do it with you guys as well. This was really, really fun. I think actually I want to do this more often because it's really fun. And it's a nice way to do something for the book club. So we can do the first half of it as catching up about the books, and you can all like tell me your thoughts and we can have some like book club discussion questions. Didn't really do that much this time because we had so many books to catch up on. But because obviously we're going to do this more regularly again, like I'll do it in January again for this book. But in the second half of the hour, we can do some short reading sprints, some 15-minute reading sprints to read the book club book of that month. Speaking of, I need to do a poll for the book club book for January. Does anybody have any countries they particularly want to do? Because I'm very open to suggestions. Normally I just do randomized countries, and I'm so happy to do that. Or I ask the Patreons if they've got any suggestions they want to do. But if you have a country that you really, really want to see up, give me it as a suggestion and I'll put it in a poll for Patreon to decide. I don't have any current thoughts. I usually literally just do my randomized wheel. So tell me in the comments now if you have any suggestions, and I will do that poll relatively soon and try and find out a book for January, because my God, December is racing through. I think this month has just been gone so crazy because I've been doing all these vlogs over on Patreon, which has been so much fun. I've actually really loved it. Okay. This is telling me to stop talking because the light is going to just keep going. Could you see my candle? This was me trying to be cozy vibes. But I think I'm going to end this live here. Thank you guys so much to Oceana. Okay, great. I'll look for an Oceana one. Thank you, Andrea. But thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Remember to like the video before you go, please. I've got 8 likes and there was more than 8 people in here, so if you forgot to like it, then please like the video. And yeah, I will talk to you all soon. But thank you so much. Did I read Pavitt? That really rings a bell. Who's from that? Is that no? What did he write? Serbian author. Might have done. Honestly, my brain is just like absolutely mush when it comes to what books I've read from where. Oh, Dictionary of the Khazars. No, I haven't yet. I've got it on my shelf. I have that one. I found it in a charity shop and I'm really excited about it, but I'm also really nervous because it looks super intense, but it looks like one of the most unique books I've ever seen. So maybe we could do that one as an option actually for the book club as well, because that would be a really fun one to all do together. Because I need help reading that one. Is that the author that you meant? But anyway, I was just in the middle of saying goodbye and then I just started talking all again. But yeah, come back here next month for more reading sprints, for more discussion about this book, which we're reading this month. And obviously we'll be reading in the reading sprints next month, the book that we pick for January. Do you know what I mean? Landscape Paint by the Tea. Oh, nice. Okay. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you all again soon. Okay, bye. Okay, I forgot to click end. Bye.